Hello everyone, Red Lip here. Las Vegas, where buffets used to mean endless crab legs and champagne brunches. But now, the landscape has changed dramatically post-2020. While the Strip charges astronomical prices for mediocre experiences, there's a hidden gem serving authentic Hawaiian cuisine that most tourists will never discover. Tonight, we're venturing off the beaten path to Rampart Casino's Marketplace Buffet for their exclusive Aloha night. We've done the research, tasted every Hawaiian specialty, and decoded their entire buffet system, so you don't have to waste your precious Vegas vacation dollars on disappointment. Here's the million-dollar question. Can a locals casino deliver an authentic island experience that rivals the overpriced Strip buffets? Let's find out together. The setup, understanding Aloha night. Before we dive into the feast, let me break down exactly what you're getting into here. Marketplace Buffet at Rampart Casino transforms every week into a Hawaiian paradise. But here's what makes this special. At $31.99 for regular guests, or $28.99 if you've got their higher tier players card, this is already positioning itself as exceptional value. Compare that to Wynn's Buffet at $79 for dinner, or Bacchanal at Caesars pushing $90, and you're already ahead of the game. But here's the insider secret. This isn't just Hawaiian dishes scattered among regular buffet fare. They've integrated an entire island menu seamlessly throughout their stations, creating what I call a stealth luau experience. The challenge? Identifying which dishes are actually part of the Hawaiian special versus their regular offerings. That's where having Chef Ralph personally guide us through the selections becomes invaluable, something you won't get at those impersonal Strip operations. Station 1, the Dessert Paradise. Let's start where most people end, the dessert station. Because understanding a buffet's commitment to sweets tells you everything about their overall quality standards. This isn't your typical Vegas buffet approach of grocery store sheet cakes and wilted fruit. The coconut mousse cake immediately catches my attention. Layers of delicate sponge infused with coconut cream, topped with toasted macadamia nuts. Each slice reveals perfect striations, the texture promising that ideal balance between airy lightness and satisfying richness. Their tapioca pudding, a Hawaiian specialty tonight, sits in individual ramekins, each topped with a tropical fruit compote. This attention to individual servings rather than a communal vat shows respect for both the dish and the diner. But the real stars? The macadamia nut cookies and almond cookies, both traditional Hawaiian treats. The macadamia cookies showcase visible nut pieces, golden brown edges promising that perfect, crispy, chewy texture contrast. They've included cherry pie and various brownies for those seeking familiar comfort. But tonight's focus should absolutely be on those island specialties. The ice cream station with multiple toppings provides that customizable element every good buffet needs. Station 2, the Asian Fusion Corner. Moving into what I call the crossroads section, where Asian influences meet island traditions. The beef yakisoba catches my eye first. Glossy noodles with that characteristic sheen that only comes from proper wok hei. The pork adobo represents that Filipino influence so prevalent in Hawaiian cuisine. Dark, glossy chunks of pork that promise hours of slow braising until fork tender. Here's where it gets interesting. The garlic eggplant, glistening with sauce, represents that Chinese-Hawaiian fusion that defines modern island cooking. Each piece cut uniformly, showing kitchen discipline and attention to detail. The fried rice station includes their specialty pineapple Spam fried rice. And before you scoff at Spam, understand this. In Hawaii, Spam is royalty. This isn't poverty food. It's cultural heritage transformed into culinary gold. Station 3. The carving spectacle. Every serious buffet needs a proper carving station, and Marketplace doesn't disappoint. But tonight, it's not just about prime rib, though they have that too. The star of this show? An entire roasted pig, Hawaiian style. This isn't some heat lamp casualty. This is fresh, glistening, ready for service. The Kalua pig preparation involves hours of slow roasting until the meat literally falls apart at the gentlest touch. Paired with cabbage in the traditional style, creating that perfect balance of rich meat and fresh vegetable. Their prime rib, while not Hawaiian, provides that necessary luxury element. I watched the carver work. Precise, confident cuts, asking each guest their preference for doneness. The huli huli chicken. That's Hawaiian barbecue at its finest. the glaze creating a mahogany finish that promises sweet, savory, and slightly charred perfection. Turkey breast and rotisserie chicken round out the proteins. But let's be honest, you're here for that pig. The pork belly, with its crispy skin and unctuous fat layers, represents hours of careful preparation. Station 4. Authentic Hawaiian treasures. This is where Marketplace truly shines. The dedicated Hawaiian specialties that Chef Ralph personally highlighted. The oxtail stew immediately commands attention, rich and glossy, with meat so tender it's sliding off the bones. The tuna poke nachos represent modern Hawaiian innovation, taking traditional raw fish preparation and giving it that Vegas twist. Fresh ahi tuna, properly seasoned, served over crispy wonton chips instead of traditional tortillas. The lau lau salad brings authentic island flavors, mixing tropical fruits like papaya with fresh greens. This isn't some mainland interpretation. This is legitimate Hawaiian preparation. Those Korean-influenced kalbi short ribs showcase Hawaii's multicultural heritage. The marinade penetrating deep into the meat, creating layers of flavor that build with each bite. The coconut braised spinach might seem simple, but it represents sophisticated understanding of Hawaiian cooking. The coconut milk transforming humble greens into something luxurious and deeply satisfying. The tasting experience. First plate revelations. Let me walk you through the actual eating experience, because execution matters more than presentation. Starting with those fried shrimp. Crispy, hot, with that perfect crunch that shatters to reveal sweet, tender shrimp inside. The Kahlua pig and cabbage. This is where mainland Americans might hesitate, but trust me on this. The pork fibers separate effortlessly, infused with smoke and salt, while the cabbage provides necessary freshness. That huli chicken transported me immediately. Sweet glaze caramelized to perfection, meat so tender it practically melts. This rivals any bourbon chicken from those mall food courts, but with actual depth and complexity. The Korean kalbi short ribs delivered exactly what they promised. Fatty, rich, with that perfect char from the grill. Unlike many buffet short ribs that arrive tough and chewy, these maintained their integrity while remaining fork tender. The second round, deep dive into specialties. The oxtail stew deserves special attention. Collagen-rich, deeply savory, with that sticky sauce that coats your lips. This is comfort food at its finest, the kind of dish that takes hours to prepare properly. Those sesame balls filled with red bean paste, crispy exterior giving way to chewy, mochi-like interior, then that sweet surprise center. The technique required to achieve this texture consistency across dozens of servings is impressive. The mac and cheese, while not Hawaiian, showed their commitment to American comfort food. Properly al dente pasta, legitimate cheese sauce, not that artificial orange petroleum product. The pineapple spam fried rice exceeded expectations. The spam crisped properly, pineapple providing sweet acidic pops, rice maintaining individual grain integrity. This is how you honor a cultural staple while making it accessible to mainland palates. The prime rib interlude. When I requested a thin slice from the carver, he delivered perfection. Translucent pink center, proper sear, sliced against the grain. The meat quality exceeded what you'd find at many mid-tier strip buffets, charging twice the price. Paired with au jus and horseradish, this provided that necessary luxury touch that elevates the entire experience. Even their non-Hawaiian offerings maintain standards that would satisfy discriminating diners. The Hawaiian bread phenomenon. King's Hawaiian Rolls. Yes, the actual brand provided that sweet, pillowy accompaniment to savory dishes. While mainland Americans might question what makes bread Hawaiian, anyone who's experienced these rolls understands their addictive quality. That subtle sweetness, the impossibly soft texture, the way they soak up sauces and gravies. They're not just serving these, they're serving them fresh, warm, at proper temperature. The dessert finale. Returning to those desserts with proper appreciation. The coconut mousse cake delivered on every promise. Light yet rich, coconut flavor prominent without being artificial or overwhelming. The tapioca pudding brought unexpected sophistication. Properly set, not too sweet, with actual vanilla bean specks visible. This isn't institutional cafeteria pudding. This is legitimate pastry kitchen output. Those macadamia nut cookies achieved that perfect balance. Crispy edges, chewy centers, generous nut distribution. At a 9 out of 10 rating, these compete with any high-end bakery offering. The almond cookies provided that delicate, crumbly texture that defines traditional Hawaiian Chinese bakery items. Subtle almond flavor, not overwhelmed by extract, with that characteristic sandy texture. The value proposition analysis. Let's talk real numbers and genuine value here. At $31.99, you're accessing easily $75 to $100 worth of food at standard Vegas restaurant prices. Consider this. A plate of Kalua pig at any Hawaiian restaurant on Spring Mountain runs $18 to $22. Add poke nachos as an appetizer, another $16 to $18. Oxtail stew at a specialty restaurant, minimum $28 per serving. Prime rib dinner at a steakhouse? Don't even ask unless you're prepared for triple digits. But beyond pure dollar value, consider the experience value. You're getting authentic Hawaiian preparations, not tourist trap interpretations. The variety allows you to sample dishes you might never order individually. This is cultural education through cuisine, and at a price that doesn't require a second mortgage. Strategic dining recommendations. Here's your game plan for maximum value and satisfaction. First pass. Hit those Hawaiian specialties immediately. The oxtail stew and Kalua pig won't last long once word spreads. Second pass. Focus on the carved meats while they're fresh. Request specific cuts. Engage with the carver. They appreciate customers who know what they want. Third pass. Explore the fusion items. The poke nachos, the spam fried rice. These bridge dishes help mainland palates understand Hawaiian cuisine evolution. Save dessert for the end, obviously, but don't skip it. Those macadamia cookies alone justify the price of admission. Avoid filling up on regular buffet items you can get anywhere. Skip the pizza, ignore the basic salads, pass on plain pasta. Time your visit for maximum freshness. Arrive right at 5 p.m. when dinner service starts. Later crowds mean longer waits at carving stations and picked over specialty items. The competition comparison. How does Marketplace stack up against Vegas's heavy hitters? Wicked Spoon at Cosmopolitan charges $79 for dinner, with less variety and no cultural theme nights. Bacchanal at Caesars, while impressive in scale, feels impersonal and factory-like. You're a transaction, not a guest, and authentic ethnic preparations are afterthoughts. The buffet at Wynn provides luxury and refinement, but at $89 for dinner, value evaporates quickly. Their international nights lack the authenticity and care shown here. Even mid-tier options like the buffet at Luxor, $39.99, can't match this combination of quality, authenticity, and value. Marketplace has found that sweet spot. Better than budget, more authentic than luxury, priced for reality. The locals' secret advantage. Here's what Strip properties don't want you to know. Locals' casinos often deliver superior experiences. Without tourist markup, they can invest in actual food quality. Their regular customers demand consistency and value, not Instagram moments. This creates accountability that fly-by-night tourist traps never face. The staff here, they're not temporary workers cycling through. These are career professionals who take pride in their stations. Chef Ralph personally explaining Hawaiian preparations? That's relationship building, not scripted interaction. This personal touch transforms a meal into an experience. Who should absolutely visit? Budget-conscious foodies who refuse to compromise on quality? This is your spot. Families seeking variety without bankruptcy? Everyone finds something here. Hawaiian cuisine curious but intimidated by specialty restaurants? Perfect introduction. Solo diners who want to sample without committing to full portions? Ideal setup. Buffet veterans tired of strip prices and attitude? Welcome home. Anyone seeking authentic cultural cuisine in unexpected places? Jackpot. Who might want to pass? If you're expecting endless lobster and caviar, adjust expectations. Or pay strip prices. Instagram influencers seeking photogenic presentations might find this too real. Those with specific dietary restrictions should call ahead. While accommodating, options might be limited. Extreme food snobs who can't appreciate honest, well-executed comfort food? Save your money and your complaints. The final verdict. Marketplace Buffet's Aloha Night represents everything right about Vegas dining when you know where to look. Authentic preparations, reasonable prices, genuine hospitality. The trifecta of dining satisfaction. This isn't trying to be Bacchanal or Wicked Spoon, and that's exactly the point. It's confidently delivering quality and value without the pretense or markup. Rating: 8.5 out of 10 for overall experience. Rating: 9.5 out of 10 for value proposition. The few points deducted? Limited seafood selection and basic ambiance. But when you're saving $50 per person compared to strip alternatives, these become irrelevant. This is Insider Vegas Dining, where locals eat, where value lives, where authenticity matters. Marketplace Buffet has cracked the code on themed nights that actually deliver. The bottom line: stop falling for strip marketing that equates price with quality. Real Vegas dining value exists off the tourist path, in places like Rampart Casino. Marketplace Buffet's Aloha Night proves that authentic, satisfying, diverse dining doesn't require taking out a loan. At $31.99, this isn't just competitive pricing. It's almost charitable in today's Vegas economy. Will this replace your memory of that one amazing meal at Joel Robuchon? Of course not. But will it satisfy your craving for quality, variety, and value on a random Thursday? Absolutely! The secret's out now. Marketplace Buffet is serving legitimate Hawaiian cuisine at locals' prices. The question isn't whether you should try it, but how quickly you can get there before word spreads. Until we eat again, this is Red Lip saying, stop overpaying for mediocrity on the Strip. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want more Insider Vegas dining intelligence. Next week, we're infiltrating the secret speakeasy sushi spot that celebrities don't want you to know about. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we uncover.